안녕 친구들, 잘 지냈어요? 오늘 하나님 앞에 예배하는 시간 우리 기도하고 시작합시다. 하나님 아버지 감사합니다. 오늘도 하나님 앞에 나와서 예배할 수 있도록 도와주셔서 감사합니다. 하나님 오늘도 찬양하고 기도할 때에 또 하나님 말씀 들을 때에 집중해서 잘 듣고 주님 찬양하도록 도와주세요. 예수님 이름으로 기도합니다. 아멘. 친구들, let's praise God together.
Just like the birds in the sky so high, God takes care of me, He takes care. Just like the moon and the stars at night, God takes care of me, He takes care. Oh, you take care. Oh, you take care. Oh, you take care. God takes care of me, He takes care. God takes care of me, He takes care. Just like the lilies in the field that grow, God takes care of me, He takes care. Just like the fireflies when they glow, God takes care of me, He takes care. Oh, you take care. Oh, you take care. Oh, you take care. God takes care of me, He takes care. God takes care of me, He takes care. Oh, you take care. Oh, you take care. Oh, you take care. God takes care of me, He takes 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 care.
Okay, today's Bible story is from the book of Exodus, chapter 3, verse 7 through 8. Let's read it together, okay? God called Moses. The Lord said, I have seen how my people are suffering in Egypt. I have heard them cry out because of their slave drivers. I am concerned about their suffering. So I have come down to save them from the Egyptians. I'll bring them up out of that land. I'll bring them into a good land. It has a lot of room. It is a land that has plenty of milk and honey. All right. Hello, children. Today we will learn about a time when God miraculously spoke to Moses with a burning bush. Do you guys remember? 2 weeks ago, we learned that Jacob's entire family had moved to Egypt to live with Joseph during the famine. And with Joseph's help, Jacob and his whole family were able to survive in Egypt during the famine. But now, the years have passed. Joseph and all his brothers died. So did all their children. The people of Israel had many children. Jacob's descendants were known by his other name, the Israelites. The number of them greatly increased. God's people were growing from a large family to a large nation. But and then a new king came to power in Egypt. One day, the king of Egypt said to his people, Look, the people of Israel are too many for us. We must treat them with care. Otherwise, the number of Israelis will be greater. If war breaks out, they will join our enemies. They'll fight us and leave the country. So the king of Egypt made the Israelites into slavery, and he forced them to build cities for Pharaoh, which is king of Egypt. But the number of Israelites became even greater. So the king called midwives, said, You must throw every Israel baby boy into the Nile River, but let every Israel baby girl live. Because of the king's order, the people of Israel were very sad, but they could not help it. At this time, one of Israel's women also gave birth to a son. But even if king ordered to kill the baby boy of the Israelites, she did not want to kill her child by throwing it into a river. So she hid him for 3 months. But as the child grew up, she could no longer hide a child. So she made a basket for the baby. She coated the basket with tar to keep water out of the basket. Then she put the baby in a basket and placed it among the tall grass on the banks of Nile. Pharaoh's daughter went down to the Nile to take a bath. And then she saw a basket in tall grass, so she sent her maid to get it. When she opened it, Pharaoh's daughter saw a crying baby. And she said, This is the one of the Hebrews' babies. The princess felt sorry for him, so she took the baby to be her son and named him Moses. Meanwhile, Moses grew up as a prince in Egypt. One day, he saw an Egyptian man mistreating an Israelite man. Moses killed the Egyptian and fled from Egypt. He worked as a shepherd in another land for many years. Meanwhile, the Israelites living in Egypt were still having a hard time. God saw and knew their plan, and then pain and suffering lives. The people of Israel cried out to God. God remembered his covenant with Abraham and Isaac, Jacob. God heard their prayer. One day, Moses drove his flock to Horeb, the mountain of God. Moses saw that the bush on fire, but it didn't burn up. So Moses thought, I'll go over there and see a strange sight. Why doesn't the bush burn up? The Lord saw that Moses had gone over to look. So God spoke to him from inside the bush. He called out, Moses, Moses. Moses answered, Here I am. God told Moses to take off his sandals because Moses was standing on holy ground. Then God said, I am the God of your father. I'm the God of Abraham. I'm the God of Isaac. And I'm the God of Jacob. I have seen how badly the Egyptians are treating them. So I have come down to save them from the Egyptians. I'll bring them up out of their land. I'll bring them into a good land that has plenty of milk and honey. So now go, and I'm sending you to Pharaoh. I want you to bring the Israelites out of Egypt. They are my people. But Moses spoke to God. Who am I that I should bring the Israelite out of Egypt? God said, I'll be with you. I'll give you a sign. It'll prove that I have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, all of you will worship me on this mountain. But Moses said, what if they ask for your name? What should I tell them? I am who I am, God said. Tell them I am. I sent to you. What if they don't believe me? Moses asked. So God gave Moses 3 miraculous signs to prove that God had appeared to him. Moses' staff would turn into a snake. His hand would become diseased and then healed. And water from the river would turn into blood. But Moses still made excuses. Please send someone other than me. But God promised to be with Moses and his people. So God sent Moses and his brother Aaron to Egypt to rescue God's people from the evil king of Egypt. Children, today we learn the story of God's calling Moses to take the message to Pharaoh. God saved Moses' life and called him to rescue God's people from slavery. The calling of Moses points to greater calling and rescue. The call of Jesus to come to earth to save God's people. Jesus gave up his life to save us from slavery to sin. God told us to tell people about Jesus. This coming week again, let's obey God and let's not make an excuse that we can not tell others about him. Okay? Let's pray. 하나님, 감사합니다. 하나님은 항상 약속을 지키시는 하나님인 것을 우리는 또 배웠습니다. 하나님, 모세를 부르셔서 고통받고 있는 이스라엘 사람들을 구해주신 것처럼 사랑하는 우리 친구들이 하나님을 모르는 사람들에게 예수님을 전할 수 있는 그러한 귀한 사람들이 되도록 도와주세요. 예수님 감사합니다. 예수님 이름으로 기도합니다. 아멘. 자, 우리 사랑하는 친구들 한 주 동안도 잘 지내고 엄마 아빠 말에 그리고 선생님 말씀을 순종하는 그런 친구들이 되세요. See you next Sunday. 잘